What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Up Next. Now, I'm coming back with another video. Hey, man, say, man, look, we got that boy Katt Williams back again. This was actually 5 hours ago, so around 12, 11 o'clock. This just came out. This just dropped. Shout out to Willie D for having Katt Williams back on the show. We about to get straight into it, man. But first and foremost, it's cold as fuck outside, bro. So you may want to go to the first link in the description. Order you an Up Next satin line beanie. Comes in 2 different colors. Alright, come in 2 different designs. Also, you got your Up Next multi-purpose beanie. Just chill around the house, wear outside, wear under your football helmet, wear when you playing soccer, anything like that, man. That's first link in the description, man. Make sure I go shop, make sure I go cop, upnextlifestyle.com. Let's hop straight into this video. Katt Williams goes in again, and I had to watch this with y'all. I had to. Let's go. Let's go.
Willie D Live.
It's Willie D, y'all.
That shit didn't sound right.
Back with another episode of information and instructions
Willie
to help
D.
you navigate through this wild, crazy, beautiful world. In the studio, Katt Williams. What's up, King?
How are you, sir?
Oh, man, one more hop, I'll be on top. How
Prepare
about
for
you?
your hop.
I love them old niggas, man. I ain't gonna do too much pausing during this video. Y'all know I love the pause and shit like that, but I love them old niggas, man. I love listening to old niggas. I love hanging around old niggas, man. They got that swagger, they got that lingo, you know what I'm saying? Listen what he say. Listen what he say.
How are you, sir?
Oh, man, one more hop, I'll be on top.
One more hop, I'll be on top, nigga. One more video, it's up. Let's go.
Prepare for your hop. Doing great.
Praying for y'all.
Doing great.
Yeah, you're doing great, man. Cleveland, Ohio.
Dayton, Ohio. Cincinnati, Ohio.
Where you? I mean, see, my bad. You were born in Cincinnati.
Yep. I was
And
born
then
in
you were
Cincinnati.
raised in Dayton.
And raised in Dayton, correct.
Man,
yeah.
you know, we had a show in Dayton once, and it almost like provoked a full-blown riot.
Damn.
You know, in Dayton, they had these cops with these big old 10-gallon hats.
They did.
Big old white cornbread-fed dudes, and they were telling us, y'all gonna either pay for all of this equipment that y'all destroyed on the stage. We destroyed, well, allegedly, we destroyed equipment, band equipment that belonged to After 7 and Troop.
Oh, my.
We were on the same
Got
ticket
it. Yeah.
as After 7 and Troop. We destroyed their equipment.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Boy, you got the right one. You got the right one, boy. Cause your ass, you don't know how to talk, boy.
Y'all gonna pay for this stuff, or y'all going to jail.
Damn.
So we basically just did the show for free because we gave all that money back.
Damn.
But Dayton that's will forever be like embedded in my memory, Dayton, Ohio, for that reason. But
I'm sorry
what
that you had a
remember?
bad memory.
Well, what do you? I mean, what are some good memories that you have from Dayton?
And see, this is what Shannon Sharp was trying to get at. This is the type of interview Shannon Sharp was trying to have, but it just hit different when Katt Williams come in on fire. This nigga come in calmed in a bitch because he already done seen the 40 million views. He calmed in a bitch. He already know what's going on. But when that nigga came in like goddamn Rambo on Shannon Sharp show.
Part of what
Club
you
Shay
remember
Shay.
is a part of Dayton.
The fuck?
So Dayton was one of the rare cities in America that was legitimately
Racist?
half black and half white.
Okay.
So there was power on both ends. I came from a very powerful family in Dayton just because of our sheer numbers. So there were 13 on my father's side and 7 on my mother's side.
Shit.
So I had like
20.
100 first cousins in one city. Like, we just had a large family, and it was a great place for black people, and it was a great place for white people.
Hey, somebody comment down below right now what type of chain that is and what does it say? I see it says F-O-K-E, folk woke, W-O-K-E. What does that chain mean and what does it say?
It's just that you really couldn't be legitimately racist because your neighbors were of another color, if that makes sense. So,
What's the power dynamic? Was it mostly white people running it or black people?
Well, that's the dynamic of America at
Mm.
that particular time. One of my uncles was the chief of police. Another was the head pastor in town.
Mm.
You know,
Had that
had
pull.
some cocaine dealing uncles as well.
What?
So we were really rooted in the city, but it
Yeah.
was a city of money. So
Yeah.
we had Cooper tires, we had Dayton tires, we had IBM, we had NCR, we had Wright Patterson Air Force Base, we had
I'll never
University of
forget.
Dayton. These are all places where you can make
Get money.
six figures
Oh,
even
that's
at
what's
that
up.
time. So it was a lot of money there. As far as on the radio, we would hear every hour five or six artists that were from where we were from. So we thought that was a part of it. We hearing the Ohio players and Roger Troutman in Zap's studio is our bus stop when we're 7 years old. Like so,
Take this call right
I
quick, y'all.
met
I'm about to
Prince
continue watching this
while I
video.
was
Take this
in
call right
Dayton
quick.
when I'm 12. Like it was a very vibrant community for black people.
So you saw a lot of the street stuff. How did you end up? First of all, did you end up doing any of the street stuff, participating in any of that street activity?
Of course.
You mentioned your
Of
uncles
course.
selling drugs and all that.
Um, well,
Why would you ask that? That's some goddamn incriminating ass shit.
I leave Dayton, Ohio, right before I'm 13. So I'm still at a young age. I'm just having heightened experiences because of my childhood and my background. So, like, I don't, like, I've always had money, but I don't come from money. So I was able to cut grass in the summer and I was able to shovel snow in the winter. That's what I was allowed to do. So, but consequently, even as a kid, I'm making like $6,000, $7,000 a year, and this is
At 12 years old?
before that, at 10, at 10, just because that's what I was allowed to do, and I'm a hustler by nature. Like if I get a hold of a lick, I want to see how many times it flips, not if it flips. You know what I mean? So. Um, Once I'm gone from there, I'm trying my hand at other things, door to door, and I had already made $1 million before I was 18, doing door to door across the country. So I had already tested out what were the positive things about me and how I could use that to my advantage economically from an
Is,
early age.
is it true that you emancipated yourself from your parents at 13? Because I read that somewhere. I
Well,
think it was
the
Wikipedia said something like that.
I wouldn't shame the family. What I would say is that
I wouldn't shame the family.
it can't be called run away because I didn't run away.
Mm.
I left, but I don't tell that part of the story just because there's a zero chance that if a young person listens to me and follows my example on that they'll be okay.
Facts.
But I knew I would be, but I was a little off. Like I knew Jesus left home at 13, so I didn't feel like I was out of pocket
He
in
said
any
I was
way.
old.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that at 13
He
years
said
old you was
Jesus.
cognizant of the story of Jesus leaving home at 13 years old?
I had been accepted to college before I was 12, so I was already a little bit more advanced than um, your average child. I had probably read 10,000 books at that period in my life. So I was blessed in that way. But as you know, you can't really just live on that. So God navigated where I was able to see the um, underworld, if you will. So I go from my parents' house in Ohio to Miami, Florida, by myself. I don't know nobody. And that's where the story begins. But
In your formidable years, who is that person? Was there a single individual who inspired you, or some guy or a person that you looked up to and you said, you know, I like the way that they move and I want to model myself after that person?
yeah, this is going to be a weird answer. Yes, that's one of the things that I was probably the best at. I did it with anybody and everybody. So when I was going to the library, I wasn't reading fiction books. I was reading nonfiction books, and it didn't matter what it was. I know whatever's in this book, I don't know what it is. So I might have read like 1,000 autobiographies, just the life of people that I don't know. And when you do that, you find out that if you were trying to learn something from everybody, you could actually learn something from every single person that you met.
Hello,
And
Mary.
so
I spoke with someone
it's
earlier,
that type of
and I just called
thinking that
back to
helped me avoid the
confirm the apartment
pitfalls
number
as I saw them.
because I was in
So the
traffic at the
reason I
time and it
never
was
did
storming, so
drugs
I really couldn't
when I was
talk
an
to her how I
adult
wanted to
is
talk to her.
because when I left and went to Miami and I'm living in a
Malachi
park,
Collier.
it's 30 people out there from all different places, and they all are homeless and in a terrible situation just like me. And they telling me that they used to be lawyers and doctors and nurses, and I'm going, well, what happened? And all of them is telling this story where everything in their life was fine, and then they dealt with this drug, and this is where it ended them out. So as a kid,
Oh, no! I don't have a
I
new
never
address.
saw the fun part of
I
drugs. I
just
never
needed
heard
to
about nobody having a
confirm
good
that
time on
address, which was
drugs or, oh, you
6025.
got to
Well,
take
actually,
this so
the,
you
just
can
the
feel
apartment
it.
number, but the
I
address is
didn't
6025 Riverview
I
Road
didn't see
South.
it from that
But
way.
the
I had
apartment
already
number
seen
is
what it would do to
5313.
people, and they're
And
telling
that's where
me,
we
like,
left
I'm
off
letting
at
people
when it
tell me,
was
hey,
raining like crazy this
don't
morning. It
do
seemed
this.
like it just came from nowhere.
Don't get to Hollywood and start sleeping with white women and doing cocaine because it'll kill you.
No,
Oh,
ma'am.
yeah, no problem. Got it. So, in a lot of
Thank you,
things, I
ma'am. I
was just
appreciate you.
stupid enough to get the lessons, but that came from being willing to learn something.
So he basically putting the whole gang on. Like he putting the whole gang on. Like y'all niggas want to learn something. Y'all niggas want to catch up in life. Go read you a book. I got about 10, 15 books back there. Now listen, now I plan to read them motherfuckers, but have I? Hell no. But it's like this, right? I always had a misconception when I was. And I'm just gonna stop this right quick. I had a misconception about reading when I was younger because they used to force me. They used to try to force you to read in in like elementary school and grades above that in middle school. They used to call it like AR goals or some shit like that, like AR goals or some shit like that, where you got to read a certain amount of books to get a certain amount of points and this and then the third. Nigga, I ain't want to play that game. Nigga, I want to go outside. I don't want to sit here and read a fucking book. I don't, and I damn sure don't want to read a history book. I damn sure don't want to read a book of your choice. I damn sure don't want to read a book out of that library. You get what I'm saying? But out of the school library, the school ain't even got shit. The school ain't even talking about shit. What the fuck am I gonna read their book for? But as I get older, I understand like it's very important to like to this day, um, I'm learning to understand how important it is to communicate with other people. I'm learning about being able to articulate your words and put together sentences and not just cuss all the time. When I go out and I just hear black people cussing, it sounds very ignorant. I'm not gonna lie to you, it sounds very ignorant because what cussing is I mean, and you hear me cussing like in a funny way most of the time, but basically what cussing is you ignorant to the fact that you don't know a word to replace that word. Now I'm only ignorant when I turn ignorant, when I goddamn get on this bitch and go dumb. You know what I'm saying? But in reality, I'm very intelligent. Let's hop straight back into this video.
From
And that's crazy. I wonder what drug was he talking about though. Like everybody, let's just go back to that part. Now this video is an hour long, so you can expect this reaction video to almost be 2 hours. All right, we just gonna keep it there. We talking about Katt Williams. He breaking the internet. We just gonna stay. We just gonna stay on that. So what I want y'all to do, grab y'all some Pringles, get y'all some water, get y'all some juice, get y'all a Snapple. Just sit back, chill. Let's go back for a little bit though. Cause I really want to get that story on.
To get the lessons, but that came from being willing. But yeah, no problem. Start sleeping with white women and doing this.
Whoa.
Don't.
Hold up.
They're telling me, like, I'm letting people tell me, hey, don't do this.
Okay, hold on, let me see.
They're telling me. I didn't see it from that. It ended them out. So as a kid, and I'm living in a park, it's 30 people out there from all different places, and they all are homeless and in a terrible situation just like me. And they telling me that they used to be lawyers and doctors and nurses, and I'm going, well, what happened? And all of them is telling this story where everything in their life was fine, and then they dealt with this drug, and this is where it ended them out. So as a kid, I never saw the fun part of drugs. I never heard about nobody having a good time on drugs, or, oh, you got to take this so you can feel it. I didn't see it from that way. I had already seen what it would do to people. And they're telling me, like, I'm letting people tell me, hey, don't do this. Don't get to Hollywood and start sleeping with white women and doing cocaine, because it'll kill you.
No.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Got it.
Don't go to Hollywood up there think you about to go with a white girl and start shooting that white girl.
So, and a lot of things I was just stupid enough to get the lessons, but that came from being willing to learn something from everyone. Yeah.
How long were you out on the streets?
Good question.
Well, it sounds so harsh when you say on the streets.
Facts.
Just understand that I'm in slacks and a shirt and a tie every day, and I'm eating at a 5-star restaurant because I done worked this deal with the restaurant where I come in at 5 in the morning, and I come and do the floors and clean up everything the bus people didn't do, knock out the old dishes.
Yeah.
I do all of that, but I get to eat there for free.
That's what's up.
So I come later and have a 5-star lunch as a 12-year-old, because I'm already smoking cigarettes, but I got a mustache, so I don't look out of place. And then I go and I do my 8 hours in the library to take the place of what schooling would have been. So 2 hours were spent collecting radios from people's cars at the marina, which funded me to at least have.
We just not gonna glaze over that. Like you just didn't say what you just said. Rewind it back.
2 hours were spent collecting radios from people's cars at the marina.
Hold up, nigga. Was you collecting them? Or was you stealing them? It's a difference. I'm a little ignorant, but I ain't that ignorant. It's a difference, dog. It's a difference between collecting and stealing. What was you doing? Nigga say he was collecting them like it was Pokemon cards or some shit.
Marina.
Boy, stop.
Which funded me to at least have $700 or $800 a week in my pocket.
Yeah,
so that was the situation for, I'll say, 12 months.
Was there somebody who came along?
I said it ain't bad because I ain't do it. Hell no, I wouldn't do this shit.
A social worker or something like that, and saw you and said, yo, or talked to you, it's like, yo, I can help you out. Or you should do this or that.
No, you're looking at it a different way than I was looking at it. I wasn't in a pitiable situation by any means. I was free. And it was an adventure that I was on. And I had already read all of these books. I know how this goes. I know that a terribly scary adventure is nothing for the warrior. He doesn't need to be in a good position. There is a God, and he's going to see you through. You just have to make sure that you're hitting the marks to qualify for the blessing.
God damn it, y'all didn't hear what that nigga just said. Play that back.
I know that a terribly scary adventure is nothing for the warrior. He doesn't need to be in a good position. There is a God, and he's going to see you through. You just have to make sure that you're hitting the marks to qualify for the blessing.
That boy is God sent. That boy is God sent.
So I was never in a situation where someone would think that I needed some assistance.
That's what's
Where were you
up.
sleeping at?
In the park that I told you about, across the street from the library in
In the
Coconut
park,
Grove.
nigga.
Like on the ground, on the bench?
No, they had a mattress out there. I had money, so people would get you stuff.
Why didn't you just take your money and go get a crib?
Nigga.
At 13?
Nigga. Nigga. Nigga.
It never crossed my mind.
That nigga said, why you didn't get an apartment at 13? Bitch, who thinking about an apartment, bitch? Bitch, I'm thinking about these gummy worms, bitch. The fuck?
Yeah.
Never crossed my
What the fuck
mind.
is
Because
you
I
talking about?
really do. I know it's young, but I do know people who are very young. If somebody is young enough to
13?
get out go out on the streets and just say,
13?
I'm leaving home,
Yeah.
a lot of times, and if they got money, they're
13?
savvy enough to
It's not
get
that I
somebody
have
to
money.
pay them.
I'm making some money.
Yes, he's making money.
I don't have money.
Listen, that nigga say he making $800 a week, and he trying to.
I'm making some money.
Enough to get
Facts.
by.
Well, I'm saying I don't have a long list of needs on the daily. I need to eat well. I need to drink well.
And where are you keeping your money? Like in your pocket?
I am.
Yeah.
I am.
Anybody ever try to rob you?
No, I did have somebody try to violate me while I was out there. I think because I didn't know really what gay people were. So I wasn't really clear. I knew how gay people acted as I had seen, but I wasn't aware that it had a sexual connotation to it. So as soon as the guy kept talking to me like he liked me, I was really confused because
What the
guys
fuck
don't like guys. And I'm trying to figure out, is there something about your background that makes you talk like a lady while you talking to me?
Yeah.
But yeah, I had that as a situation. But other than that, no, I wasn't frequently tried
Why
as
is he
a
talking to me
young
like
person.
this, nigga?
Yeah. So I'm asking some of these questions that I'm asking because I'm really trying to figure out, like, how did you develop your psyche? Like,
The nigga just told you he read 10,000 books, bitch. I'm about to go read 10,000 books.
you're a very insightful dude.
Right.
That's tough.
Just trying to figure out, like where did that start at? Can you pinpoint a specific time and space where you said, yeah, I get it. I see what's going on.
Yeah. I probably like 5 years old.
That nigga said 5.
Um,
Bro, what the fuck was I doing at 5? The fuck was I doing at 5?
First and foremost, this is going to sound really, really weird, but
Go ahead.
I believed at that young age that you could have a relationship with God.
Okay.
And I know that that's kind of old-fashioned now. But when I was young, that's what I believed.
Yeah.
And so I developed this relationship where we talk 4 or 5 times a day, and we
That's
talk
what's
about
up.
everything, and I'm coming to you when things are well and when it's not well. And if I ask for something, I know when you gave me what I asked for, because it's the only time. So I understood at a young age that I wasn't like everybody else, that I was in a
That's a compass. It says west east on that thing. It's west east.
blessed position, and that I had
I
the
got north, south, east, west on this chain.
ability to be able to make things happen if I could find the instructions and follow them. So at 5 years old, that's how I thought. I knew when things were wrong with the Bible. I wasn't worried about authority because God was like the authority. And other than that, I got to tolerate you, but
You gotta listen to that, nigga.
I'm not allowed to bow down. I'm like that as a child. So my
Facts.
parents didn't do anything wrong. They just wanted me to live a life that I wasn't going to live. They wanted me to be this, and I was not free to live a double life. I can't be that and be what I'm trying to be.
What was that they wanted you to be?
Good, nigga.
A part of their religion.
Yeah, good,
They were
nigga.
Was
very
that
devout
Christian?
in religion.
Christian.
Yes,
Did,
a branch of Christianity, yes.
at one point, did you become a Muslim?
At one point, I became several religions because that's the
That's what's
only
up.
way you can really find out
What's what?
what's going on in a
Yeah.
religion. Religion is not something that you can just study the books about it and now you know about them.
You gotta,
I had to be
yeah,
a
you
member
gotta be in
of
it.
the Fruit of Islam in order to know. Minister Farrakhan calls me his son. I was not regular even in that endeavor, just
That's what's up.
because whoever the true God is, I don't play about him. And I understand that regardless of what you choose to call him, it's the same entity.
It's the same person.
And once you study all of the religions, you find
It's
out
the same
that
person.
nobody's really disagreeing with anybody.
Facts. All he said is the one
The
God.
Jews don't believe this whole set of things that Christians don't, and Muslims either.
Facts.
Why are people so afraid of Farrakhan?
Well,
Well,
if you had the ability to control the black people on this planet, there isn't anything that you couldn't take,
facts.
dismantle,
Facts.
destroy,
Facts.
or interrupt if you could mobilize black people. And so part of the ops agenda, a part
Is
of
to-
their modus operandi, is to find out which
Control
one
it,
of you
yeah.
niggas is a potential leader.
Yeah.
And if you are, then we begin a work of progress on your life, which will make people get off of that. It's a part of it, as much as in any defense, you trying to figure out which way this dude is likely to go so I can rip that ball. It's the same.
Farrakhan is a polarizing individual. A lot of people
Yes.
really, I do believe, don't really understand him. I think that there are people who gets the message. This is what frightens them, is because they know, as you alluded to, they know what he's capable of doing. You know, uniting black people and guiding and leading black people in the right way.
There's not been a successful one of those yet. So just like if you're a rapper, any rapper can get hit. Yeah, we don't have we can go
Leader.
through 300 years of history and look for all the black people that fit the description you just said.
Got knocked
They
off.
never make it.
And
Yeah.
knocked off.
Which is why I believe that they should stop trying to make it. I really do believe that, it's each one reach one, teach one, but the leadership is in yourself. Like, all of us are capable. Well, not all of us, but
How the fuck you gonna say that, nigga? How you gonna say another man shouldn't lead another man? Nigga, did you have a father? Nigga, didn't your father lead you, my nigga? The fuck is you talking about? Oh yeah, I feel like we should just give up. Why the fuck would you do that? And I guarantee you, Katt Williams gonna feel the same way. Why would you just give up? Dumbass.
Many of us are capable of being a leader. Like instead of sitting around just waiting on one person to be that leader, how about?
Well said. Well said. But in real time,
Yeah, many are not capable of that shit, bro. Straight up. Being a leader is harder than you think, bro. Being a leader is more than just about leading people with your words, bro. You gotta lead niggas with your action, bro. You can't tell a nigga to do what you not doing. And I find that shit in myself. I have to do certain things because I'm telling other niggas like, yo, do this, do that, do that. So I gotta get on YouTube and I gotta go crazy because I'm telling other niggas, yo, you do this, you do that, you gonna go crazy. And it's working for them. But they looking at me like, bro, you ain't even doing that shit. So I have to be a leader. So it's more than just talking and shit, bro.
being the leader of yourself gets you nothing.
Facts.
The people demand to be led,
Facts.
regardless. There's not 13 shepherds and all these sheep. Why? Because it's unnecessary. Just one. Just one that has the connection with the sheep, which allows the sheep who has a brain about that small to be able to just focus on eating grass and not worry about falling off a cliff. We have the desire as humans to be led. We want to be led into battle. We want to be led into the football game. This is all because this is how we are wired. The cheerleaders and the pomp and circumstance, that goes back to the times of first humanity because we do need that.
Yeah. Well, you're talking about a myriad of leaders. You're not just talking about a single individual.
Right.
And I see a lot of people just be sitting back waiting on a Messiah. They're waiting on that one person.
But they are too, though.
Who's that?
The other side is far more diligent about looking for that Messiah than we are because they know where to look. You probably wonder, why do white people pay so much attention to black people if they don't like them?
Because we consume the most, nigga. We consume everything. We don't produce shit. I'm not gonna say we, but black people as a whole, we consume more than we produce. That's as a whole. That's period. You know what I'm saying? So why not benefit the consumers? It's not that. And I'm speaking from their point of view, not my point of view, but it's not like I fuck with the consumer. It's like, hold up, nigga, they spending all this money over here. What if we got them to spend? Why you think segregation was abolished? Not because we love niggas, cause y'all niggas spending shitload of money.
You would think if you didn't like something, why would you be paying attention to it? I don't pay attention to things I don't like.
Facts.
What's the answer?
The answer is
Fascinated.
the liar knows what lie he told. You see what I'm saying? So even if I made it deceitful and I made you think that the answer's over here, but the answer is really over here, I'm still going to be looking over here. Me, the one that tricked, because I know this is the right answer. Black people have lost their identity, but our oppressors have not lost our identity. That's just why they chopped those noses off of the Pharaoh and the Sphinx in Egypt in the first place, is because without this nose, we can tell you this is whoever it is.
It's the white person.
But with that nigga nose,
like,
it can only be niggas.
Nigga.
Why would somebody vandalize a whole face and only vandalize one part? Nobody wanted to knock an eye off or take an ear off or no chins missing. No, just the nose. Because it's a brand. It's a brand. All right, go ahead.
You have an uncanny way of thinking outside of the box, and you are very good at breaking things down like you just did. you understand consequences and repercussions very well.
Okay.
So
Why the fuck you
my
do dumb
question
shit?
to you is, why are you such a habitual line stepper? Why do you cross that line so often when you know what the repercussions and consequences are going to be? And they're not going to be favorable to you. For example,
Right.
What? You can't tell somebody that ain't gonna be favorable for them. You can't tell somebody what's good, what's gonna be good for them if they're doing like.
I saw where you and Suge got arrested, right? You and Suge got arrested. Is that true?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Okay.
Like, and
What were we doing?
allegedly it had something to do with like some type of photography, camera or something like that. I'm not sure. I'm just sure.
Oh.
I'm just saying this is what I read.
Well, I'll
not,
tell you the story,
Yeah,
and
okay.
you tell
Tell me
me.
the story.
Then does that change
Your
how you
perspective.
frame this?
Okay.
Facts.
So, we have a meeting with a hologram company, which is going to go into a licensing deal on some holograms.
That's
This
what's
is
up.
in Beverly Hills. So now there's a rodeo, and behind that is an alleyway where you park your vehicles. That's where we are. Suge has brought his son with him, who's 5 years old. And before we go into this meeting, Suge's son runs behind the dumpster and urinates. And a lady films
Whoa.
his penis out, peeing behind the dumpster. And then said,
Whoa, that's that weird shit I be talking about. When I see a kid, bro, one time I was working a job, bro, and not to cut Katt off. I'm working. I see a fucking kid just, you know what? I ain't even gonna say that shit, but that shit really be happening. I wasn't working. I was driving. I was driving down the street, and I seen people walking. And I see a fucking kid just pull his pants down like while he's walking. He was walking on the track, in the little circle of track. Nigga just pull his pants down and start peeing. Nigga, look, what the fuck? What the fuck? Not 1 second did I think, yeah, let me pull out my phone. No, I'm thinking, oh, that's some white people shit. That's just how I was thinking. That nigga didn't even go behind nothing. He didn't even get in the bush. He just. That nigga act like he owned the world. That nigga. What the fuck is going on? The fuck? I gotta go.
yes, oh, I thought that was Katt's kid.
What?
So yeah, that's what happened.
See, man. See, this is
So
why.
understand, we were facing 20 years,
Yeah.
Suge and I.
Damn.
20 years for that. And if it wasn't for the fact that this is Beverly Hills and it's all on camera, they had no problem sending us up the river when we couldn't have possibly
Said
done what was
nothing.
being said.
Facts.
That lady said that she got jumped on by me.
That's
So
tough.
you see what you just did? You just clarified a huge, like, misconception.
But he don't have to. That's what niggas be getting misconstrued it. Just because a person paints a narrative on you, you don't have to go on somewhere else and explain that narrative that they painted on you. Fuck them niggas. They painted that shit. Ain't got nothing to do with that shit. That's what the internet don't fucking understand.
About
I know what
you know,
happened.
the events of that evening or whatever.
Yeah, but remember, it
Like-
went to court.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't just my word. This
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had to play the video in court, which showed that her altercation wasn't with a man at all.
But the trip part about it is that when people print it, when the media,
Yeah.
mainstream media put it out there, they don't add that piece. They
No,
just say
it's
nor
the media.
nor do they make a retraction.
Right.
Nor do they say, hey, that thing we told you about that
Right.
guy, turns out it was nothing.
That's powerful. Because it's people on this earth right now that will accuse you of things or say things about you that's false. And when it turns out to be false, they have no repercussions or they don't retract their statements. And it's not necessarily that that person right there don't face backlash. It's just that puts a bad rep on your name. You know what I'm saying?
Understand, I got 15 cases that were dismissed.
Damn.
That should be talked about. Why would 15 cases be dismissed? Because you were so sure you had what you were looking at. Because every city I go to, I'm the nigga with the best car. It's probably smoke coming out that car. It's probably girls gathering around that car.
Oh, God.
I look like the plug. I get
God.
it.
Yeah.
And you've probably already
I
hurt
was-
me
Yeah.
by the time you find out who I actually am.
Right. See,
That shit went over a lot of niggas' heads, bro. This nigga speaking. That nigga said, about time the folks be done did a nigga dirty. They go to their spot and they like, oh shit, that's Katt Williams. You fucked over us. You fucked over a whole. You fucked over the people. You fuck. And then y'all steady talking about this nigga arrest this, arrest that, arrest that. This nigga going through that shit. Cop pull you over, throw you out the car, bang you on the ground. Like, this nigga going through that. PTSD, all that shit. Niggas ain't thinking about that, but you thinking about the arrest. Shit crazy.
because of that clarity you just provided,
Yes.
is the reason why I want to know. I think the world want to know what happened between you and Ali Sadiq.
Who?
I know you said
The
you
world
won't talk
couldn't
about it.
possibly want
Wanna
to know
know
that.
that,
He's
man.
not
We
famous enough.
Because we don't even know the nigga. Willie D, what are you talking about? Willie D. Willie D. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm about to go watch Shannon shit. You on this bitch bullshitting. Who the fuck is that?
For the world to want to know that.
At least
Because my side of the world doesn't want
I
to
want to
know
know
that.
that. Facts.
See,
well, my side of the world.
here's the thing.
What happened, man?
A lot of times what liars do first is they set up a narrative and a scenario. Like Michael Blackson just got on national TV and told people, yeah, I got a beef with Katt Williams and Katt is mad at me about this and because I said this and I didn't even mean it like that. And the whole time,
You lying.
he's never talked to me.
Damn.
That's how he feels. He's heard I'm angry. I've not had a conversation with him. It's the same
Same
with
bullshit.
your Ali Sadiq. If it wasn't for the
Ali
information that I know in my intel, I would be a fan of his like everybody else. Who wouldn't be a fan of a young black storyteller that's done time and loves his family and is a hometown guy? Like, why would he ever have any enemies in comedy? It's ludicrous. But if you pick the actual king, then make sure that your story's correct. And unfortunately, his story's not correct. No matter what he says, he never met me. He made it disrespectful that a security guard that was 6'7" reached over him to pay him, not mentioning the fact that he got paid for not doing anything.
Damn.
Well, let's start at the beginning of the Reliant thing.
I don't know if I wanna.
I'm
But
gonna
go
start, and then you can do.
Listen, bro. Willie D, what you doing is you trying to give this nigga all this nigga juice, this nigga, you know what I'm saying? Stop trying to do that shit, bro. You a fucking old head, nigga. Damn. See, Katt Williams, he old, but he ain't no old head. If you call a nigga old head, it's lame. Like, okay, he an old head. Katt Williams an OG. It's the difference between an OG and an old head. And when I say OG, I'm not talking about original gangster. When I say OG, I'm meaning like a nigga that you can look at. I didn't say look up to. I said look at for it as an example. I don't look up to other niggas. Period. Only person that I look up to is my dad. That's it. Him and God. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I want to be better than my dad. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying?
Do what you want to do.
Fair enough.
But I think for the sake of the audience knowing, just
Tell 'em
having
who
an
Ali
idea of
Sadiq
what we're
is
talking
Oh
about.
God, tell him who.
Ali Sadiq is a comedian from Houston that's based in Houston.
A very fine comedian.
Very fine comedian.
Yes.
Now, Ali said that he went to a Reliant Arena and he was on the same show as you. He showed up and
Who the fuck is he?
the security stopped him from entering the building.
Got
And
it.
they said, and then somebody told him Katt didn't want you to come in. And then
Who the
at
fuck
some
is he?
point, somebody else came and gave him a check. Another security
That shit
person
crazy.
reached over somebody's shoulder and gave him a check. He said that the people that were the working security locked arms to prevent him from walking inside of the building. And he thought that, you had a problem with him. And he said he didn't know why you had a problem with him. And to this day, he don't know why you have a problem with him. That was
That was what? That was what, bro? Niggas don't even know the nigga, bro. Willie D, bro, you lame as fuck. You're lame as fuck. Don't nobody know this nigga. You just said he was based in Houston. It's born and raised. Who the fuck know this nigga? Better stop.
yeah.
It'd be nice if that was the story. So now, if that's the story, then let me see if I got this correct. A guy I've never met was supposed to be doing a show with me. And I got so angry, even though I hadn't met him, that I had security keep him out of the building. See, that's the problem with lies. They're faulty from their inception, sir. I'm the person in the story that doesn't have a grudge to feel. I don't care why I didn't like Katt Williams. I would get to the bottom of it. This is not one of those stories. First of all, the actual truth of this matter is, every city that I go to, I already have the comedians who are opening up for me. Not just this tour, but for the 17 100 city tours previous to this. I never go to the city and go, hey, do you guys have some comics here? I'd like to add them to my show.
No.
I just don't do it. I travel
would you do
with
that?
the comedians
Why would
that
you
are
do
coming
that?
to your city. We're one unit and one team when we come.
Facts.
That is
That's
to let
smart.
you
That's
understand that no comic was fin to come join us that evening because there isn't space for it. I still have to do an hour at the end of this. There's a limited amount of time. So we could just start there. Second of all, I don't care where you're from, what the venue is, how cool you are with the people that work there. Katt Williams show means Katt Williams show. That means
Period.
don't nothing move but the money. There ain't no loud talking and voice raising and, how dare you? How dare you? Let me look on the advertisements and see, do I see your name or face, sir, whoever you may be? Where would you even get the entitlement to be having this question? This is like me insisting that the Lakers put me on as a starter. And I won't take no for an answer. It's ridiculous. You don't even play in our league. And that's before I knew who you were. Now that I know who you are, I'm just ashamed because you took something personal that couldn't have been personal. I didn't meet you. That's how it would have gone if I wasn't there, because the truth is, I wasn't there. All of this happened before I got there.
Damn.
What happened with the check? When the security guy gave him
When
the check?
when I asked what the person had said, I said, well, I don't understand. I don't understand why he's so angry. What did he say to you? He said, I'm supposed to be on this show. I said, well, maybe he was expecting to get some sort of a payment. And now he thinks he doesn't get to get paid because we already have a tour. I wouldn't want that. Pay him for performing.
But he
So
didn't
he got the
perform.
check of the performer.
But he didn't
This is
perform.
what he's angry about. Imagine the audacity. Remember, your story is that I'm kicking you the fuck out. Get out and lock arms and don't let him in. And paying you? Make it make sense, King.
Damn.
So,
Either you're smaller than I think or I'm bigger. Either one. Like, you can't keep positioning the narrative Because that's all this is. This is so that in a conversation in America, there'll be something where he and I are evenly linked.
No, never.
And only people in his hometown are floating that narrative.
Facts.
I'm really him.
You don't believe that there's
really
under
him.
any circumstances that, you know, you and Ali can come to a resolution, just be
What?
cool? You know, like,
You've just talked to me.
He don't know the nigga. See, I'm about to walk out this bitch. Why are you dick riding this nigga? Go pay this nigga for an interview, bro. Had to make sure I'm still recording. Go pay this nigga for an interview, dog. Why is you dick riding? Willie D? Willie D. Imagine Willie D. D riding. Come on, bro.
Hey, you know I don't have a bone in this.
yeah.
I don't have a bone in this.
Tell him again.
So if I got him on the phone, you talk to him?
Mm-mm.
I would have gave him the celebrity boxing match he asked for if I thought he was a celebrity.
Oh, come on, man. You know Ali a celebrity. Come on,
Sir,
Katt.
I'm not
Come on,
talking.
Katt.
I didn't mean that disparagingly.
Yeah.
I meant that in ticket sales, my nigga. Ticket sales. That's what I meant. I mean, I'm doing 7,000 in your hometown while you go do 300. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm talking statistics. I'm talking about the biggest and baddest thing going. And you, a person trying to get in, why would you be mad? It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm offended.
You should be, Katt. You should
I'm
be.
offended.
You should
Why?
be.
Because even if it's celebrity boxing, I need you to sell tickets too. I need you to sell these pay-per-view numbers, my nigga. I know I'm bringing it. It's more people that want to see me get laid out by you. And the fact that an upstanding and righteous gentleman like yourself is in that position with the only...
I love Katt. Katt ain't never disrespecting no nigga. Just state facts. You go back and listen to this shit. That nigga said an out. That nigga, but all this shit you talking about, that nigga called you an outstanding gentleman.
Gentleman like yours.
Oh nah, you a bitch to me. You calling my name, saying it's beef, it ain't no beef. Probably beefing over a bitch. Trying to beef over a bitch. You ain't no gentleman to me, my nigga.
Is in that position with the only thing trying to be righteous in our lane is just more machinations of the devil. You should have a much better backstory when you pick me as an opponent.
You know what, man? I'm glad you at least, addressed it, because
when you talk to him and tell him what the truth is, he won't be able to refute it. I told you earlier, he doesn't know this. How could he know? It's okay for you to think that I'm that way, but there are 30,000 known comedians in America that you could have went to, and they would have told you.
Why is it always 30,000? Okay. 30,000 scripts in Hollywood. 30,000. Why is it always 30,000 though?
Dude, this is against my character. I am known for confronting my issue head up, be it Satan or his affiliates. I don't care if you 6'6". I don't care if it's 5 of you. I don't care if I'm guaranteed an L. I don't care if you put a gun in my face. I don't care about none of that. I care about doing the right thing as I see it in that moment. Yeah.
Man, how did you get on in the first place as far as like with the movie thing? Like, I know I'm skipping over the comedy, but how did you get on with the movie thing? Like, specifically, I want to know about Money Mike. I want to know how you got that role.
Right.
Why do I feel like this nigga just damn near got Katt Williams up this bitch to waste his time? Because Willie D, what the fuck is you talking about? He just answered that shit. He just gave the whole backstory. Why are you asking these recycled ass questions? And I think the only reason nigga ain't went off on you is because he respects you. But me, I would have walked out that motherfucker like, bro, come on, bro.
So here's the whole thing. Liars always come up with terrible lies. So Ricky Smiley says, yeah, you know, Katt was supposed to play the Santa Claus and I was supposed to play the pimp. Liars always have ridiculous narratives. Nobody in America can imagine that a real movie studio would cast 5'5", 145-pound Katt Williams as a fucking Santa Claus, number one. Number two, Ricky Smiley was finna play a pimp. Really?
The nigga that play a bitch.
Ricky Smiley has played a woman more times than Ricky Smiley has played a man.
Period.
He's played Bernice Jenkins 5 times. I got it in my contract that I don't work with Ricky Smiley unless he's playing Miss Bernice Jenkins.
Get out of here, man. That's in your contract for real?
I make my contracts, sir.
Oh,
when you're the master of your masters, everything else is a...
Hey, yo, Katt, you can't keep doing these niggas like that. Damn, Katt. You can't keep doing these niggas like that.
subservient. That's why we have control. That's why we're hated, because there's something to hate.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Money Mike, this is my first audition, not just my first movie. It's my first audition.
First audition.
The reason it was so great is because they allowed me to do what I wanted to do, and I needed to do things. So I needed to pick the wardrobe for the character. So Money Mike's wardrobe was impeccable because I designed it, and they made it so. I picked out the car, the color of the car. They had a guy playing a pimp. I need this to be an actual pimp. We need Bishop Magic Don Juan. Everything I had to do, me and KD Albert, who played Donna, and Terry Crews, it was all of our first project, and my job was to make sure that we came off as if we were seasoned actors. And so I put everything I had into that movie, to the point where in the script, Money Mike is raped in the bathroom.
No.
Katt Williams changed that. Why? Because it's no way. What do you mean, Katt? There's no way.
Ain't no way, nigga.
What are you saying? I'm saying in a place that small, I'm not rapeable.
What the nigga say? I'm not rapeable. The nigga said, in the area that small, I'm not rapeable. I tell you, everything this nigga said is funny. That nigga said, I'm not rapeable. The fuck? I ain't never heard that shit in my life. In that area, I'm not rapeable. I can just imagine that nigga ain't no fucking way. But ain't no goddamn way. Ain't no way in hell I'm getting raped in this motherfucker. Kevin Hart was like, I guess.
I don't care what has to happen. That's what will happen. And so that's how it changed and became a great movie. And just the thought process that maybe Ricky Smiley was going to do that.
That's cap.
It is laughable. But yeah, that was going to be my only.
He said just the thought of Ricky Smiley getting raped is laughable. This nigga is on demon time.
Movie. So I had to do everything that I could do to make sure that it went the way I needed it to. And I've done that in every one of the 60 movie roles that I've done, and the 50 network television roles.
Man, I'm glad you stood on that, man, because it's a lot of people who would not have. People get blinded by that bread, man, or that opportunity. And for you to stand on that, that says a lot. Because I know Terry Crews would have probably enjoyed it. you know, in real life.
Oh, bless his heart.
Yeah,
Bless his heart.
What the fuck? Nigga said, bless his heart. What the fuck? Nigga sound like my grandma. Bless his heart. Bless his heart. Hell no. That nigga just put a bless his heart.
Now, how did you get this this knack for comedy in the first place? Like you had a pretty tumultuous childhood. Like, how do you pivot from that?
That nigga just told you his childhood was adventurous. You think it was crazy. That nigga said it was adventurous. Think about a little kid talking about he going this way, right? He going out by his own, and he feel like it's an adventure. That nigga having the time of his life, talking to God and everything. That nigga ain't worried about nothing.
And get into comedy.
I didn't find it to be tumultuous.
So at the time, you was living it. You like you didn't see it.
Yeah,
like
this is
that.
not tumultuous.
Okay.
But your question was, how did
you find comedy?
He loved comedy. He been loving comedy.
A lot of times you have the true appreciation for something when you're not trying to do it. You just like it. So that's the relationship that I had with music, and it was the relationship that I had with comedy. So musically, I could listen to Pearl Jam and the Ghetto Boys. Like, I could listen to 9 Inch Nails, and I could listen to Prince. And I could do that. And comedically, I found that I could do that too. It didn't matter what the comedy person looked like, or how they were built, or where they were from. If they were funny, I was going to be able to tell. So I understood that Don Knotts was out there working his ass off as Barney Fife. I understood he wasn't doing the same job as the rest of them. I understood that laughter is an emotion. And anytime you can tap an emotion, that's very powerful, regardless of what emotion you're tapping.
This nigga talking that shit.
When you're tapping these
Talking
emotions, before you deliver the joke, are you cognizant of what it's going to take to, like, deliver that joke? Like, are you already knowing that, I know for a fact, I don't have to practice this, they're going to be with this right here.
Hold up, time out. You don't watch, you didn't watch the last Katt Williams interview or the or one before that. Before you interview a nigga, bro, you gotta do better homework, my nigga. You asking this nigga about a bullshit nigga that a nigga don't know. And the nigga damn sure didn't want to talk about. He damn near didn't want to talk about his ass because he like, what the fuck is he? Who is he? Anyways, and you asking these recycled ass questions. Come on.
I say this, I'm going to get him.
As a comedian, I have the best fan base in the world, like documented.
You do.
Document. That nigga said documented.
The slight amount of advertisement that they allow me to do, and the fact that in a place as glorious as Houston, they pack the arena to the rafters.
The arena
is based upon the fact that I, in 1995, started a conversation with a fan base which was maybe 5 people. And through this entire time, I've kept up the same conversation with the same people as they grow. And
that's building the audience. He built his own audience.
I'm letting you see me win. I'm letting you see me lose.
That's what's up.
I'm never allowing the product to be affected by what's going on,
See,
because this is
that's powerful. That's powerful, and that's gonna go off a lot of people's heads. See, a lot of people want to be entrepreneurs, but they don't know what the fuck shit come with. They don't know that a business is like a child. You got to put money back into the business. You got to take care of the business. You got to think about the business. You think about the business 24/7. And what he just said is, you can't allow your personal life to affect your business life. And I've had problems with that personally in the past. That's powerful. And many people won't even think about that. Or many people will let that shit go over their head because they're not even thinking about a business. They're not even thinking about a product. They're not even thinking about what the fuck I got going on after this job. What I'm gonna do after this job? What I'm gonna do in replace of this job? What do I want to do with my life? Ain't nobody thinking about that shit.
is the greatest relationship here. So
Let's go back.
to be affected by what's going on, because this is the greatest relationship here. So
A nigga
yeah,
talking that shit.
consequently, bam, they know some things when I come to town. They know I'm finna bring the baddest comedians with me. That's who's gonna be opening up. They know this all over the country. And then they know that whatever it is Katt's gonna talk about for an hour, they know he did not talk about this the last time he was here.
Yeah, and it's gonna be funny.
They know
Man,
that.
how in the hell do comedians get away with that anyway? Because I'm not going to see the same comedian tell the same jokes, 100 times in a row.
You
Like,
let
some
a
of these
rapper
guys
rapper rap the same songs, though, and you let a singer sing the same songs, the classics, and you'll allow that. And so
Yeah, but funny is supposed to be spontaneous. So that's the difference.
Well, understand that comedy has its roots long before social media. So before social media, you might have heard that this comedian is funny, right?
Yeah.
And somebody might have told you what he said,
Yeah.
but it didn't sound that funny to you.
Yeah, but when
They
he
just
said
told
it,
you what he said. But when you see him in person,
he
oh,
said it.
he's
That's what I was
hilarious.
talking about. Hell yeah.
And so comedy always had a cycle where you showed the whole circuit your body of work. It's just comedians had gotten so lazy that they were doing one great set that they had on Comic View or Def Jam, and they were touring that for 15 years without changing it. And so we made it a part of our effort to push the fact that you should be writing new material and shaming the community into it by just, I'm going to keep putting out these specials and it's new material. How long are you going to continue to tell these jokes? Because in a minute, the audience is going to be like, no, they got to say something new. And eventually the audience did do that. And
Well, some audiences show up and they want you to say the old joke. They demand that you tell the old joke.
I don't have not one of those people in my fan base because they know better.
Bro.
They know that I would never let you pay
shit.
me so you can hear some shit I already said. I respect you too much for that.
Crazy.
What you gonna get from me is brand new. This is new.
Right now you have 12 comedy specials.
Okay.
Is there a magic number in mind, or you just want to just keep running to make sure you got the all-time number and that's secure for? Are you already at the top? You got more.
I'm
than
in no
anybody?
way. I'm in no way counting numbers.
You've done.
That nigga say he just work. He don't count. That nigga say he just do the push-ups. He don't count the push-ups. He going till his goddamn arms break. The fuck is you talking about?
I'm saying if 12 is the most, if 12 was the most, there's not a number because I'm not putting a number to it.
Yeah.
But I've been special that many times for an hour.
You know how hard that is for a whole fucking hour to talk?
17 tours.
I'm not even talking this whole
100
hour.
cities.
I'm watching the video.
That is a
Shit
lot
crazy.
of work.
Hell yeah,
That
that's a lot
is
of work.
that's enough work for a few lifetimes. Most comedians won't even get 100 cities. Well, most comedians ain't gonna do that one time.
Mm.
You're like, and how do you continue to come up with this new material? Because you do new material every single time you show up. That's crazy.
It's a new show every single time I show up.
Mm.
Man, that is crazy. I'm a comedy connoisseur. I follow comedy. Most of the comics that are the top dogs right now, as far as like in some of our heroes in comedy, I was there when they were like working on their first jokes.
Yeah.
I was watching them and supporting them way back then.
Mm.
But that is a tough feat to be able to do something like that. And I think that the reason why...
Not in 24 years.
Yeah. Huh. I think the reason why people like you is so much they
This nigga stayed relevant for 24 years.
what you do is you resonate with them so much. Is like what you just said. You show them the good and the bad side of you, but also you're talented. You're very talented, but at the same time you do show the good and the bad. And it's something appealing about being transparent to an extent.
Oh, not just to an extent, to the utmost. As soon as you, as a person, decide that you're not gonna lie anymore, and that whatever problem that you have, you're gonna deal with that problem right then where it presents itself. It'll show you a whole new side of you. It's very important. It's very important. When you lie and allow lies, for some people it's just, I'm just a little delusional. No, it's dangerous for you to do that to yourself. It's very unnecessary for you to.
You was on this radio station in Atlanta, and this host made a joke about you, and you killed a man, for I don't know how long that was, but man, I was like, time out, call the police, something, stop this slaughter,
That
man.
nigga said, call the police. Why the fuck would you call the police? I know you was joking, but at least say get a ref. Why the fuck would you say police and you got Katt Williams on the show?
It was like, you really did a bad, and you didn't. I don't think you cursed one time.
I was just going to say. I was going to say, be very careful when you say how badly I did her, because I never called her out of her name.
But that's what I'm saying.
I was very composed.
That's my point.
But let me explain it. Let me give you the exclusive.
No, let me make the point.
Okay.
You're one of the few comedians, only you and Bruce I've ever seen do that before. Destroy a heckler or someone that was challenging you or whatever. Destroy them for several minutes. Bruce killed this chick for about, I don't know, man, about 25, 30 minutes one night in Houston. And I never seen anybody else do that but you. 25, just back to back, gut busting, same person, no cuss words.
Yeah.
I had never seen that before, so how were you able to maintain your composure
He's a
for that long?
Well,
he's a real comedian.
A very interesting thing happens when you try to trap something that's bigger than your trap.
No.
So imagine you set out a trap for a turtle.
And a fucking bear comes.
And a rhinoceros steps into it. It's finna be a whole different situation now. So this lady behind the scenes
told you
is begging me to come into this interview that I've not scheduled, that I don't want to do, that I'm not dressed for, that nobody's called me about.
That you ain't
she just wants it.
You just want to talk, bitch. You just want to talk.
To the point where she says, Katt, come on, you just want an Emmy for the city. I just want to give you your flowers. Well, I won't talk about kids. I won't talk about no jail. I won't talk about... This is the conversation she has with me, and then goes in that room
and talks about
and doesn't mention the Emmy, and immediately
Talks about your
begins
kids.
to,
Talk about your kids.
because this is a comedian. You're trying to undermine
Mhm.
me. Atlanta is a heavily LGBTQ plus positive city, and the fact that you having a heavy gay fan base would try to
Call you gay.
degrade me, a heterosexual, by making it seem like I'm
You
gay.
gay. That shit
Gay
crazy.
people don't feel that way about me. Why would you?
It's always the bitches. It's always the bitch. No gay nigga said, hey, yo, he gay. It's always the bitch. Oh, he gay. He gay, honey. I seen him talking to a gay boy. He gay. Bitch, stop. Don't talk to everybody.
So it was a terrible thing that she found herself in,
You
and
go ask the gay nigga. What the gay nigga gonna say? Go ahead, go ask the boy. Did you touch that boy? Did you touch that boy? And they gonna tell you straight up, but that nigga don't play that. That nigga's in my. I let a gay nigga in my room. I let him play. I let him play the goddamn Xbox 360. You take what I'm saying? I let him play the Xbox 360 on the TV, on the television. My bed right here, television right there. I let him play the game. He's sitting in that chair just like these, playing the game. I mean, that bitch damn near asleep. I'm not, bro. I ain't afraid of no gay nigga, bro. Females gotta stop this shit, bro. That shit crazy.
comedically,
That shit is not an insult. I mean, that shit should not never be used as, oh, nigga, you gay. Like, if a nigga gay, a nigga gay. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be like, oh, this nigga stupid, he gay. Like, what the fuck is you talking about?
you're outmatched. My defense is impenetrable.
Impeccable.
My
Impeccable.
offense will have the precise amount of viciousness that's necessary. If that means no cussing, that's fine. I don't want to talk to you and hurt heavy-set women's feelings or dark-skinned women's feelings or women who wear wigs feelings. I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings. I'm bantering with you because you keep acting like you're qualified to do that.
That's what
Yeah.
happened.
So,
She got what she deserved.
it was a setup. I'm always going to be prevail if I'm being set up.
You think Buddy was in on it? Her co-host? You think he was in on that? He didn't appear to be in on it.
No. Because here's the whole thing. He kept trying to get her to pull the plug on this, and
she kept going.
kept not.
Yeah, you need to go get your hair done. It's like, damn, bitch, we trying to go into the commercial. Yeah, as soon as he get his hair done. It's like, now you want to go in the commercial? Nah, bitch, I'm on your ass.
So she didn't understand even after we cut. She didn't understand what had happened.
What happened?
She still thought that she had been victorious, and yeah.
And then she tried to
got
play the
demolished.
victim.
Yeah.
No, she played the victim. Her husband was willing to kill one of the greatest comedians to.
Defend that.
Yeah, I'm saying. And remember, all of this has to happen. I have to allow it to happen. I have to also preserve my life. And then, after I do all of that, then I have to not press charges on you to these police.
Facts.
As if a crime has not been committed.
Yeah, that's tough.
A pimp named Slickback. Ah, man.
Thank you for saying the whole thing.
Look, man.
Like a Tribe Called
Yeah, you got to say the
Quest.
whole thing. You got to say the whole thing.
That is correct.
A pimp named Slickback.
Yes.
Man, that is one of the most iconic roles in television
Facts.
history.
Facts.
How did that come about?
Dumb people love dumb people.
Look, time out. Slickback. Pimp named Slickback. That nigga was the funniest nigga ever, bro.
And geniuses try to find people that are on their mental platitude.
Oh, that's
So
what's up.
Aaron Magruder is one of the finest black writers that
Absolutely.
we've had.
Yes.
And the fact that he started his journey in the real trenches writing for newspapers and getting syndicated across the country before he ever came to the next platform is what made him so formidable. So
That nigga said formidable.
it was a joy
Bitch, spell formidable. One of y'all in the comment section spell formidable.
to be able to
That's tough.
work with him. Just like, you know, when I do work with Donald Glover, you know, we get the Emmy. Like, it's because you're dealing with
Dynamic duo.
compatible wavelengths.
Yeah.
Like Donald Glover told me, Katt, here's a script. You know, if you do this role right, you'll win an Emmy for it.
Damn.
I said, that's the only way I know to do it is right.
Damn.
And won the Emmy.
Damn.
Well, I know there's a lot of advantages to doing what you do, being in the entertainment industry, but what's like the biggest thing that you can't stand about this industry?
Everything. That's just Don't say it.
Nothing. I like it.
Shit, I don't know who you think you're talking to.
I like it.
Now you now this.
I love my op as myself.
Yeah.
I think it's great. On our side of things, it's flourishing. It's never been better. All the people on our side are seeing that prayers do work and that you really have control of your mind more than you think you do. And if you could somehow possibly stop thinking the way you do and think another way,
you'll be a different person.
it might help you. And you'll know right away if it does.
Yeah.
That's the benefit. Is
what's up.
each one of these days you getting
Yeah. You gotta do something different.
could really be the one.
Yeah. Facts.
What's one of the wildest things that has happened to you, or you've seen happen in your time in this entertainment space?
Yeah, sorry, Vlad. I ain't seen nothing. I collect the footage, but I haven't seen anything.
You were doing so good, man. I mean, you was just doing so good, and then all of a sudden you just decided.
Well, no, here's the thing. What you asked was, you said, hey, Wolf, what do you hate about the sheep? Nothing. Nothing. I feel good. I feel like we're in a good position. Everything's going to be fine. Let's go, Coach Prime.
Yeah. What do you think about
We
Coach
coming.
Prime? What's up with Coach Prime? You have you been out there yet, Colorado?
No, but I've supported from afar.
Yeah.
I'm saying anytime a great individual, regardless of what he does, finds something that he can be great in,
Yeah. Support.
like, that's going to work.
Yeah.
Like, he is a motivating factor and an asset to it. He always has been since the Jerry Curl days. Those are the leaders of men that we discussed earlier.
What do you address?
An eternal optimist, someone that's clever and about books and hard work and discipline. You know,
Wearing
as a black
dress.
person, we should be so lucky as to have, you know, a black coach like that. And as a non-black person, what a great job.
Man, you know, you just described yourself, except the coach part. And then I take that back. You are a coach in your own right.
And you as
Yeah.
well. That's the whole thing. Like, these compliments are all shared by all of us who receive them. Like, that's what it's got to be. If you any reflection of me, then that's what it is. That's why in the good book it say, made in God's image. It don't mean you're always going to do that, but it means there's the possibility that you could mirror that.
Do you have adopted children?
I'm an empty nester. I have no children at this point. Glory and hallelujah. No, everybody's grown. Yeah, but yeah, I got grandbabies.
You got grandbabies.
I like the way he didn't say yes or no. because when you label a kid as adopted, you're taking away the point that that person has stepped up to take that responsibility to take care of that person, to take care of that child. So, not necessarily saying adoption is a bad thing, but when you sit here and be like, "Yo, you got adopted, you adopted," like it's like just has a bad ringer to it. So, for the respect of his kids, he was like, "Yo, like I got grandbabies, nigga. What's up?"
Okay. How many?
4.
4. Nice.
All girls.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
tough.
See? That's how you know he's been doing something right.
What are the ages?
Of what?
The girls.
The grandbabies?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a 6, 2 4s.
And I lost my memory.
11 months, and 2.
That's 5.
It's 5.
Yeah. I realized it as you said it. I didn't know how to change the story. Okay, so I got 5 grandkids.
Wait, what did they call you?
I got 5 daughters. I can't get anybody to call me anything that I ask for. They've already made a decision, and that's what they call me. There's nothing I can do about it, and I'm not gonna say what it is. It sounds like stop or something. I don't know.
Right.
Stop.
But man, we appreciate you coming.
Hey man, look, I appreciate y'all for staying throughout this whole entire video. I appreciate y'all for just watching this video, clicking on this video. Make sure that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications. I'm not gonna really talk about what I'm gonna do 2024. I'm just show y'all. I'm gonna just show up to work. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? So when y'all see all these videos dropping, just stay entertained, man. Just grab your chips, grab your popcorn, grab your food, and just sit back and enjoy. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all go shop upnextmalyt.com. First link in the description. Catch y'all folks later, bro. Peace.